you for coming to hang out with us tonight on this kind of dreary October. We have 5 exciting poets performing tonight, and a menagerie of instruments to accompany them. So, my name is Sarah Rodriguez. The band behind me is Black Market Translation, etc. And I think we're waiting for some instruments to tune. So while we're at it, this is just one of many upcoming punkatries. We have today's, and then there's going to be one Saturday in Fort Collins at Wolverine Farm. Nice. And then there's going to be one on Halloween, so a week from tomorrow, at Trident in Boulder. And then on November 5th, we're having one at the Prismagic Speakeasy out in Lakewood. So we're everywhere. You cannot escape. Also, I'll probably announce this at the end because hopefully there will be
assimilated.
Hopefully there'll be more people at the end. But this is going to be our last one on Thursdays. The next 2 months are going to be Saturday nights, the 3rd Saturday of the month. So, you know, we have our chill Thursday vibe. Next time it'll be a party, a Saturday night party here with punkatry. Hey. Are we ready to party?
I'm ready to party.
Hey. Welcome up our first performer of the night, Kevin Foote. Welcome him up, come on. Fuck yeah, let's do it.
How y'all doing? Howdy, howdy, howdy. Thank you, Black Market Translation. Woo-hoo. So, I have some somewhat new shit. Just somewhat. This is from Cabin Pressure, my book that just was released through South Broadway Press. Woo! Love local press. You can buy a copy upstairs or talk to me later. Thank you, band. I'm here to support you, and thanks for the support with these poems brought to life in a new way through wonderful sound. Go ahead and do whatever we did on Monday or whatever your heart desires, and I will go with you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, we're going to start with the title poem of this book. It's called Cabin Pressure. This poem was written when I was on one of the worst flights of my life. I thought we were all gonna crash, and this little girl right in front of us was having the time of her life. And I remember as the plane was rocking and jerking and I thought I was going to yak, and I was having the worst time as a teacher, felt the most unsafe in my life, most degraded as a queer person, most overlooked as an employee of Denver Public Schools. I looked at this girl and remembered there is more to be told. So I want you to repeat after me just like this girl did. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is called Cabin Pressure. It goes out to that little girl wherever you are. 1, 2, 3, 4. The noggin headed behind my seat proudly counts out her harbinger melody. With each number squealed as a plane ramps up, she tells me, this is not just a poem of grief. It's a poem of hope. Okay? Okay. Look. Her voice trails over, growling engine and gathering storm. Versicular whimper as her ears pop, beckons, gathers me, beside and above rain pouring over Littleton. Lightning kisses earth, heading towards Bear Valley. And she tells me to be a teacher, to be a teacher, to be a teacher is to lay down your weapons forever. To be a little girl, dreams like gossamer, cinched like seatbelts through the herky-jerky ride, singing your numbers through it. It's to be a farmer in the mist of morning. To be a farmer in the mist of morning. She giggles over yet another empty milk carton that pops underfoot that you think is gunfire for the 10th time this week. So your eyes are weeping in pre-harvest fog, so thick they slip clothes and masks. Windshields and death shields and dried soil, and dying stars, 20 to 40 of them, looking back at you 5 days a week. To be a teacher is to be a rock in a river as it floods, unwavering, yet flowing the right way because of you. Knees and shoulders bent over at attention, singular, immovable, smoothing until your corners disappear. She coughs on her snack cart Coke, tells me once more before watching Peppa Pig on her iPad, to be a teacher is to be a storm chaser. Not the quiet, nor the calm, but there with her, and there wherever she will go until the storm takes one of you. Give it up for Black Mark Translation. I got a little chip on my shoulder. Anyone got a chip on their shoulder tonight? Yeah, just a little bit? The band's like, yeah, actually, in fact. Chip. I got a few short poems that will go with whatever the flow the band is taking. They are called river thoughts. These are moments I went to the river when I couldn't stand the people I work with who dare to be in a room with children and think that they can bring the attitudes they did as adults into that sacred space. This is called River Thoughts 1. Costco muffin quarters / persona. To the colleagues who call children bitches, who stockpile and spill those words out freely as Costco muffin quarters in the staff lounge, come on, dip your feet in the water. Look to your right, near your left foot, crossed over your knee, see the fishing spider. No longer than the finger you were so quick to point. No wider than the eyes you're so quick to roll. Watch it spread its thin legs, grasping in trust the ends of that white sagebrush branch. Silent. Watching. Knowing its place along the bank. Finding a little sun, a little water. Holding fast in humility to the tiny bit of the world so much bigger than its reach. Just keep whatever's going on there. Okay. Oh yeah, that's for all my anxious people in the morning because you can't go to sleep, you're so excited. This is called August Whispers Swirling. Thoughts circle behind my eyes, waking me through the night before the sun rises there, funneling past my sinuses down to the beat of my heart, where I will tell them, be still. Oh, come on. Be still. Be still. Be still. This heart is the pool you will fill, where you will draw throughout the day, whatever may come. Drink. Awesome. Thank you. Give it up for Dream on the drums. I'm so glad I get to play with you and hear you jam. So glad for this band and what you're doing in this community. I love that beat you're doing. I'm gonna go with a poem dedicated to all the hardworking mothers and children from Santa Maria, California. This is called Hoppin' Lowrider House a Mile High. They tell me his mama doesn't pick up my calls because the cell bills are stacked high, hiding under the fold-out table, tilting in the muddy field on Blosser Road. They tell me his mama doesn't pick up my calls because the translator on the three-way call wouldn't know the Mishtek word for the kind of tears she weeps every night. Somewhere between, he's such a sweet boy, please believe me, and all is just for fucking cheaper cilantro, and howling wheels appear each night, rolling forth a monster of oil and rubber, lashes out at him whenever my prayers to la Virgen make their way up from my lips. His red hand closer against the eyelash curves and cerebral grooves as he grows up, and his silence sizzles down where I cannot go. Where do I go, Profe? Where do we go from here? They tell me he won't bring a knife into my class again because the voices won't stop, but his enrollment here will before it makes the news. They tell me graduation is so big here. To get a good spot along it finds way as all the semis packed with cilantro bunches, broccoli heads, hearts expectant, generational joys, fists full of wonder, palms open as the psalms of broken mothers' broken dreams will honk as they cruise past our school. They tell me the best lowriders in Northwest will be bouncing high. Kids and mamas and a few abuelitas buckled in tight smiles, brimming, laughter floating freely, mixing with subwoofers and applause. And the boy, for whom I can do nothing, somewhere beyond our line of sight, beyond these Sherwin-Williams green and iron oxide brown fields, these salt-washed cheeks, these gray cement cul-de-sac circuits, these hydraulics creak and squeak as they bounce higher and higher and higher, and air horns, wooden ratchets, hoots, hollers, applause. And yet, I ask myself, did the 84 Cutlass with a pearl and pink trim, with a shimmering, spinning hubcaps? Yeah, that one. Yeah, the one bouncing the highest. Didn't launch him high enough. Can he hear? Well, we hear a mile high. Thank you. Give it up for the band. This one is, if y'all remember Monday, it's the spaceshipy one. Yeah, I know. I didn't plan it that either, and then I'm like, oh, I like what they're doing. I think I know this one. This is dedicated to my mother. It's dedicated to all live musicians who promote the arts for children and teens. It's a big thank you. It's called Ashley and the Stinky Dude on the Box. Waiting for Stars to Fall is playing as I drive down Alameda. I'm back in grade 7 suddenly. You're sitting to my right, and a sweet 8th grade girl with short bangs, a frilled top, and round, freckly cheeks is to my left. Otmar Liebert is on stage at the Performing Arts Center, a building with an appearance designed to match my feelings during that song, Wonder. And the kind I feel on like an alien spaceship, starboard bow, far from the comforts of our little duplex, but just as safe, observant, and humming with music as the cosmos play out. In that set, on the stage, maybe 12 feet from us, in flamenco guitar hooks, in standing bass walks, in the accented rhythms of one very stinky, very talented man on a box, a cajon, enrapturing me decades later. I think his musk during his live performance / workout rounded out the tones, dampened the notes like our coastal fog. keeping every ounce of song in front of me and not the folks in the gallery above. With each clack and ping of the Cuban claves, with each chick 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 from the egg shaker, with each boom boom bop and boom that rang out from that box, I was learning to count again. First in the bathtub as a baby, little fry with you, then on your lap at the farm, or a child in the seat in the back of your chocolate brown Volvo as you picked me up from school. Or so many places my mind cannot aim a flashlight at, but mama, this mind, this heart is full of light, and you placed it there. So much light you wove in love for me, fostered, nurtured, long before I could comprehend the stinky man's light is metered as 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Long before I learned the difference between bossa nova, cumbia, flamenco, mama, this little light of mine you taught me to shine is shining, growing, fluctuating in meter and time signatures. Little 7th grade me begins oscillating. Little 39-year-old me is oscillating. The older I get, the farther I get from our spaceship, from the stinky man on the box, from the sweet freckly girl I invited as a +1. And why? Because she had a little light too. And that just made me smile, made me want to ask her, want to go see a show with my parents and I? And yet, with this light comes the darkening, the shadows. You may grieve, even grieve for the same reason I do, but not from the same place. The knowledge, painful and uplifting, knowing I'll drift from your spaceship, mama. I will leave you. I will not need you. Because you did all you could, and I will be a good man. And the world I will discover will be mine. And the people who will cross my path will smile back and see that same kid oscillating in light fixtures who wants them to experience the music of his life. And they will say, yeah, I'm in. What time's it start? And who's picking me up? And I will grieve, mama, because as I type this to you, there are men on the overpass not far from you holding a stupid-ass banner proclaiming embrace white pride with odal runes at each corner. Sorry excuses for men who are just little boys who need a wonderful brown mama like you to take them to see live Latin music. To have some picadillo first, maybe stay back and hear you and grandma talk chisme and giggle and learn. The world is beautiful because of these things, and the women like you were birthed into existence. My tears are salt and wonder. Yours, amniotic and courage. IV fluids from before cancer's conquered. The broth of pozole done the right way. Sorry, Mom, these Coloradans, they won't shut up about hatch chilies. They don't get it. They are Bible verse dipped wine glasses swirling in Sonoma Pinot. They're yours from a place I'll never know, but I'll respect as your nenito, your boy. The curly-haired teen who knows the only banner that's ever waved over you is love. Stretched out on a cross I don't believe in, but is signified so much in the tone of your music. The handholds of a Jewish, Palestinian immigrant. And while some shudder in fear at that banner or roll their eyes, Mama, you made it your song. As I slept in your sling, while I sat beside you in that spaceship, in all ages music.
You have one more?
Yeah, I could do one more for you. Well, I could do as many as you want. I know we got other folks trying to be mindful of time.
Give me it, is that okay?
What's up?
Can we amp it up? Is it okay?
Oh, amp it up? Yeah, totally. Yeah, I got another chip on my shoulder. It's called Stone with Plenty to Say. Who in here's got some religious trauma? Oh, just me. Okay. This is called Stone with Plenty to Say. I need to say. Response to Holy the Firm by Annie Dillard. Every day is a God, every day is a God, and holiness holds forth in time. I worship each God, splintered down into husks of many colors. Okay, that's nice. It's a sunrise. Dillard is romancing, ooh-awing over her cabin. With her cat, the two of them basking and purring in Puget Sound in a golden boomer era. Oh, how remote. Oh, how wonderful it must be from her window, her enormous window. But you know what? I don't got a window in my classroom. My classroom has no windows. I am as far from Puget Sound as possible. A reality crumbling in the folds of my mind, like husks of muting, drying colors, reveling in what aches. This kernel, obsidian, dense and yet frail. I feel it crack into glassy barbs rolling behind my eyes and along the tips of my fingers that hold the fifth pencil thrown at me in class. This kernel that rolls, cuts, demands that I lift mine eyes under the mountains of ungraded papers and ask, so, day of this God, God of this day, it's night now. Here I am, and I got some words for you. Sure, a few for the Dillards out there envisioning their austere Puget Sound reflections wherever they go wrapped in Patagucci, worn by fur-served heated seats and sorcelled by city-like happenings and Barstool comforts removed from the ache. This ache I must put into words, ultimately words after you. Why does holiness need to hold forth in time? What's so special about being holy, about being special? Tell me, God of this day, if holiness holds forth in time, how does it hold forth over the baby boy cradled in his 14-year-old mother's arms? How does it hold forth over the drying tears along the girlfriend's cheeks as she remembers her middle school sweetheart's heart stop beating on the steps of freshman classroom? How does it hold forth over the night that took him held bloody by a boy who'd only been thriving for a year? How does it hold forth over the flaming remains of the trash can bomb that silenced 1,099 students so that 1,100 could have a moment on TikTok? How does it hold forth over the name that is above every name the team claimed proudly, while others threw food, rocks, and wet condoms at their face? If each day is a God, if holiness holds forth in time, then you are not holding them. My students, their families, when they cry out for help, when the banks flood and their minds beg for someone to pull them out, where were you? Day of that God, God of that day. Are they not special enough for you? They told me once you had a son of light who put 2 holes in his hands, one through both feet. Even though he walked on water, I guess he was not special enough. So who are any of us to you then? They told me when I was a kid, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not understood it. Ha! I am many things here in the dark of my windowless room, but I do think, in fact, I understand you. If each day is a God, if holiness is held forth, keep it away from me. You're dangling from them like strings, only to graze the skin of arms and necks. Light like black lakes of the widow as it assesses and putting them fangs, only to feel the singe of your light well before it shines. Light like fire, hungry for more inspirational young adult novels based on sorrow. You allowed for more TED Talks about youth activism rising from pain that goes on and on each day as you rise. How many more lessons must I thank you for so that it ends? Are you that obsessed with my worship? With theirs? If each day is a God, then spare me your goddamn holiness. And don't for a second say you'll give me grace if I hear from another colleague or family member or friend say I should have grace with myself. I will simply reach out and dare to pluck the strings you have set as a resounding no. Stone-hearted, I have become the rock who cries out, because their pain is not enough praise for your taste. Speak only, hear only, of the only fruit I will ask for, as that last bell rings. Something I will measure, I will weigh like a whetstone in my palm. I will rub like gravel in the interdigital skin of my hooves. I will place at the center of graffiti gum wall laid and table nearest to me and ask not for myself, for you have nothing left to tell me, save for the one word I will ask for the children in this windowless room. Mercy. 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 Thank you, everyone. Give it up for the band.
Keep it going for Kevin. And next on the microphone, Forrest Hendricks. Give it up for Forrest Hendricks. Give it up.
Among other things. So, we're gonna do some poems here, basically all new shit. New shit! Stand up straight and hold doors for everybody. Be kind and say yes. Stretch so that you can keep extending yourself. You are a good man after all. So work. If not the soil, then the body. If not the body, then the mind. And the spirit never breaks. Sing when you have the time, which is rare, and be careful. Don't take up too much space. You don't want to bump up against the world. Learn to dance on eggshells through the hallway of haunted mirrors. You know how to use a hammer and a shovel, right? You'll need them to get through. Stand up straight. Hold doors for everybody. Be kind, say yes, stretch, so that you can keep extending yourself. You are a good man after all. So work. If not the soil, then the body. If not the body, then the mind. And the spirit never breaks. Sing when you have the time, which is rare, and be careful. Don't take up too much space. You don't want to bump up against the world. Learn to dance on eggshells through the hallway of haunted mirrors. You know how to use a hammer and a shovel, right? You'll need them to get through. Yeah. So I'm gonna read two poems together. They're similar theme. I'm in a writing class right now, and one prompt was instructions on being angry, and then the other one was a personification of anger. Yeah, that's what we got. I think I took instructions as more the experience. Instructions on being angry. Anger is a process that can start from many places. most commonly the center of the chest to the throat. You may feel bile start to rise at the injustice. Your clammy hands may clench. Let them. Let smoke start to flow out. Indicate there is a fire here. Break glass in case of emergency. My body has always been a Molotov cocktail, wishing someone would drink it instead. Say the words that burn. Etch them into the moment. Breathe their smoke back in. My anger has a pocket knife. He whittles sticks by the fire until they resemble something that only makes sense to him. Then he throws them into the flame. He looks just like me, but he has cloven hooves and never stopped smoking cigarettes. We hang out rarely. He always leaves me feeling rattled, wrung out, as if all I ever was a bell waiting to be struck like a match on a stone. My anger will grunt and hum but not talk or sing. He climbs trees during storms because he likes the breeze. My anger has a pocket knife. He whittles sticks by the fire until they resemble something that only makes sense to him. Some BMT, my favorite drug. Similar thing where we're doing two poems, kind of a different theme though. We're doing poems for people who work retail and service industry. Basically, poems for people who have to talk to people they'd really rather not talk to. I was privileged and lucky enough to be working in grocery stores during a peak pandemic, 2020 into 2021. This first piece I'm going to read was inspired by a piece by Jericho Brown. Say thank you, I'm sorry. Say thank you, I'm sorry. All the time. It's in your bones. Say it's good to see you, because better them than nothing. All the time. It's in your bones. Face forward, form a smile, because better them than nothing. Familiarity is a comfort. Face forward, form a smile. This is not about you. Familiarity is a comfort, and you are in service. This is not about you. You are working hourly, and you are in service, and you need the money. You are working hourly. Say, it's good to see you, and you need the money. Say thank you, I'm sorry. Say thank you, I'm sorry all the time. It's in your bones. Say it's good to see you, because better them than nothing. Man in the MAGA hat says his favorite food is tacos. I wonder if he knows where tacos come from. My eyebrows rise to the irony, but I just tell him Denver has great tacos. Because I want his money. And I'm scared of men. I curl my painted fingernails inward. We talk about mountains and the Boy Scouts. Unofficially, they still played a game called Smear the Queer when I was a teen. This doesn't come up. And I became skilled at turning away, turning my skin invisible so all they would see is the straightness of my spine. I was a book that hadn't been opened yet. The man in the MAGA hat looks at me strangely. I try to be sympathetic to old white men because I will probably be one someday. He asks me about this city, and I don't want to tell him anything good. I don't want to see humanity in his thin blue veins. I don't think he sees mine. But my grandfathers are long dead, and I am still reckoning with grief for what may have been. And there are too many men like him, shipwrecked by the patriarchy, stranded on a barren coast of masculinity. I believe the tide is coming in. I wonder what man in the MAGA hat really believes. I learned his name for the afternoon. I want to show you what a man can be. So I had this one line that was stuck in my head that I wrote for a while and I thought was really clever. So I wrote that at the top. And then this other one was like a late night, I really need to go to bed, it's 2 a.m. and I get in bed and like, oh, shit, I gotta write that, okay. Yeah, let's see, yeah, we'll figure it out together. If I am anything, I am light on my feet, wishing to be grounded. The only way light gets in is through plants. So in this instance, I am an alien. This land has never been mine. I like to think I've belonged to it, though. My mother taught kids who struggled. My father planted more trees than he knows. And I try to live softly because it feels so hard. The world grows, but now our minds spin faster than the planet. And God damn it, if I don't still see the beauty some days over the haze of the interstate, floodlights drowning empty parking lots. But did you see that cloud? That moon? I remember I played a song for my father I thought was beautiful. It said, "The world is not my home, I'm just passing through." And my father hated it. He believes home is what we grow. Do you still plant seeds when the sky is burning? 1,000 people with too much money have put their feet up on our backs, and I know this is not the time to be tired. So, I write poems, and I want to scatter them and see what grows. So, I write poems, and I want to scatter them and see what grows. So, I write poems, and I want to scatter them and see what grows. So, I write poems, and I want to scatter them and see what grows. So I write poems, and I want to scatter them and see what grows. So I write poems, I want to scatter them and see what grows. Yeah, that was fun. All right, I now want to do, I think I practiced this once with y'all a long time ago. So I bet you don't. If you can remember a black market translation practice, you weren't there. But
a guy in the archives.
Yeah. One thing that I have been wanting to do for a while is read like classic poetry with BMT. So we're gonna do some Dylan Thomas here. And yeah, we'll go for the biggie. We'll go for the classic. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage. Rage against the dying of the light. The wise men at their end know dark is right. Because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last wave by, crying how right their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay. Rage. Rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned too late they grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. Brave men, near death, who see with blinding sight. Blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage. Rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on that sad height, curse. Bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage. Rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse. Bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage. Rage against the dying of the light. Thank you.
Give it up for Forrest. Okay, friends, we have 3 more performers to go, and I have not yet asked for money. So, yeah, I guess. So, we like to give the poets money. We've been doing it for a while now. And it'd be really cool if you guys helped out. Because I do just Venmo people sometimes. But I would like you guys to assist in that. So I'm gonna give you this jar, and you can put cash in it. You can also Venmo the band at Black Market Translation, all one word, spelled like you think it would. I think that's as persuasive as I can be right now. I was trying really hard. I was like, am I gonna be funny or heartbreaking? I was just awkward. But I'm not performing tonight. Our next performer is Aramis. Give it up for Aramis.
Hey y'all! My name is Aramis. Damn y'all, shit's been so fucked up lately, right? Am I right? Yeah. To whom it may concern, I'm a cat. So yeah, I got some poems, believe it or not. Just gonna take a step back. So yeah, I'm gonna start out with some salt. I got a couple of salty poems, and then we're gonna go over to some sweet poems. yeah, this is not about anyone in the audience, but you know, if it applies to you, it applies to you. All right, so let's do it. See, the problem with your little poster-making chat thing is not just the flagrant theft of others' work. Crowbars are tools too, you know. Oh, but if your art is on the internet, that makes it public domain, right? Not just the lazy and uncreative act of opting for a little bit bap of typing instead of using your brain. Oh, computers, please save us. I think of it as being anti-community. People see an event poster made by a freshwater chugging machine and think, I'm not going to that show. You want to push people out of our circle? Does that even matter to you? Would you say this room is filled with artists? Shall we take a vote? What's next? LLM-generated poetry. Have you already produced some? How are you, of all people, not thinking of the whirlpools that can be created, or consumed, I should say, by this kind of thing? I just endlessly hope your opinion is one day changed before we lose it all. And saying something like, AI is happening whether we like it or not, is the most bootlicker shit I've heard from a friend. Honestly, dude, there is no excuse. We all need to do better, but so do you. People fucking love justifying not trying to improve. No one is standing outside the airport shaming passengers for how bad the airline industry is for the earth. Like, bro, what? Yeah, and I want people to stop using cars too. Just for you, I threw this shit together. No cover. Another, I don't see what the big deal is ass motherfucker. That one was for redacted. So I got a song. Well, I mean, it is a song now. I got a song about anxiety for y'all. Kind of a good time of year for that. I'm feeling a little. Ooh. Who else is chronically anxious? Woo! Yay! Yay! I'm so sorry though. So yeah, here goes. You guys down for some anxious vibes? Compartmentalize. 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 Fuck. Just one more thing will surely happen today, and I don't mind. Let's fight. Let's fucking ride. Another stressful scenario to distract me from the last. My heart hurts. It's been running fast. It might just fucking stop. All right. You've thought about it. You've processed it. You're done for now. You can come back to it later. Nope, let's just keep going. Focus your mind on anything else, anything you want. Pick one thing and stick to it. And just a heads up, there's another thing coming, whether you set it off or not. I hope I can forget what this poem is about. My own words tying me to moments I don't want to keep. Sweet peace in other thoughts, in moments moving forward. I can go for a walk. Relief is the beast I will chase inevitably, singing sore songs to keep my emotions flowing. I can take a break from breathing, getting stuck on the last few lines. Focus, please, yes you, and there is no need. Actually, we ought to get lost in thought as soon as possible. Am I just gonna be stuck with this one specific anxiety for the rest of my life? Yeah, a walk will relieve things, but it's just walking in circles and thinking in circles. Is that really the way? Someone please hang out with me. I'm sure if we made it even a couple of days without something, my brain would get to reset and all my organs would start working again, maybe. Constant motion is only good when it's obsolete, so I won't leave. I'll be here for the next time the next stress hits me, holding it down, holding on, taking it all in. Man, isn't this band great, you guys? I love these guys. Also, I'm like so honored to be on the same lineup as Forrest and Dream and Maggie. And I don't know you, Kevin, but you killed it. It's super nice to meet you and hear your poetry. So yeah, we're gonna get on a little sweeter side of things, I guess. Whatever. See, I don't know, sweet box? What is that? What is that even? Is she prettier, or is she just younger? Is she prettier, or is she just thinner? Is she prettier, or is she just a product of having more money, good food, better water, parents who are a little bit more obsessed with fitness? This is why you cannot compare yourself to others. It is all relative. It is all irrelevant. This little spot on my face is a product of still existing, and I will continue to get lines on my face from smiling. My world isn't ending as I age, it is only expanding. And I thought that I was bad at communicating when I was 13. I can only imagine looking back to these days of mine and hurting because I couldn't speak my mind. I can't wait to be 35. If my health allows it and I'm still alive, I want to be so kind. Just waiting for the ability to calmly be me, speaking loudly about what I need, rallying distinctively. We will all be children until we are 60, even those who were born into maturity. Let's fall back into being a little baby. We didn't yet think that way. Young girls dreaming of carrying a child without a thought about the changing of their bodies. Overthinking in our society, making us judge our own stretch marks, instead of thanking them for helping us grow, and being thankful our skin isn't splitting open and pouring everything out onto the floor. All of this skin has stretched. Everyone was so tiny once, and to age is nothing but magic. She's gorgeous, honey, and so are you. Alright, so we're gonna get real sensitive up in this bitch. So a really good friend of the community passed away 11 months ago, like pretty much exactly 11 months ago. And this is a song I wrote. It's based on a song about MF Doom that was written by Aesop and Homeboy Sandman. Definitely recommend listening to it. It's called Ask Anyone. And yeah, I just was like, you know what? They deserve a poem like this. And ended up writing this one. So yeah, thinking like, you know, a slower beat. I don't know that one. This one. Yeah. Yeah, the slower beat-ish. Whatever. Yeah. Thanks so much for being here, y'all. Like, you guys are great. I'm so thankful to be a part of this community. Roses for the OG Cabo Cuts. Through it all, you were the best of us. Rough times take away our trust. I took it to the head and heart, even from the very start, coughing up a masterclass of charismatic respecting. Trash talk, mask on, mad as fuck this happened. Ask anyone. Softer movements were needed and tenderness, feeling low when they were truly blessed. Their words sliced through walls with a flow that could take down bridges. Down the line, they'd be proud I did this. Wholesome, sweet clothes always on, a legend. Chopping records that my parents listened to, scratching their way through, and dancing was the thing to do. Thank you for the friendship you gave without a second thought. All were welcome in your circles. Ask anyone. You were always kind to me and everyone, welcoming in those that needed love. Too much music to go around, and creative outlets that adorn, with feelings in our side, a thorn. We struggled together, problems divided. Sometimes it felt like you had already decided. Too kind to function, to fly for this earth. This will always ache, this will always hurt. Ask anyone. All the good people feeling pressure from this life, hold it down, holding on. This battle is fought together, cozy wrapped up like a sweater. Those pills won't fix you, those pills won't fix you. You are perfection, nothing needs to change. A new perspective, throwing around slang. Ask anyone. Making demons from clay, a source for monsters. I was lucky enough to witness the collection. Every arm and leg making the connection, toys for growth. You had to see it though. Sculptures that should be in a museum. Maybe we could make that happen. Doodles on the wall, wishing I had asked you to write on all of my things every day. What can I say? every symbol of your existence, powering souls. Ask anyone. The ones who were taken from us were not done. Fingers left to mold, records still to be found, making creatures from every route in our imagination, finding and using the actual inspiration to start new, going back to the beginning. Will I succumb? Will my heart grow numb? Or will I save the world? We can all do some. Not giving up for our own peace, not letting the darkness get the best of me. You best believe that you are loved. How could you not be? Long live. And that's everything for me tonight, you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Blackfire Translation. I'm Aramis. Hope to meet y'all later.
Give it up for Aramis. Oh my gosh, yeah, we all miss Kibo. Thank you for sharing. We do have 2 more performers coming up. So our penultimate performer is Maggie Saunders. Give it up for Maggie Saunders. Clap her up. Here she comes.
Hey. Hi. Now, I really love this theme that I was hearing in a lot of these pieces, which is a theme of nonviolence, a theme of gentleness, and we all need some soft skills for hard times right now. Who remembers the Spit Poet zine? Yeah. Ticking and talking, 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 and ticking and talking, and ticking and talking, and talking. If I was to be truly honest, I would walk around with a sign that read, "Please ask questions before assuming my words stretch as far as my thoughts. I am a funhouse of mirrors, reflecting back all I observe in obscure ways. I am reason without rhyme, a human with bad sense of time. I am ticking every sober, slurred sentence this tongue. A terrible circus clown, dropping sounds as it juggles brain cells in hopes you will enjoy the show. Deep breath. Unexplained verbal breaks. Fear you won't hear if I pause for too long. I am ticking, dropping sounds as I juggle brain cells, my heartbeat channeled from external sources, my mind forced to disassociate from the body which I illuminate. The power of my heartbeat makes me feel so unsure that I surrender to the demure of a body that asks no questions in a mind that listens to everybody's answers. Now, I think that was written in 2018 And I would say that, you know, I do try to listen a bit more to some of my intuitive wisdom. We all have an inner knower, and it's needed. That is our life. So this is actually titled my first poem. I think that this was it's not really my first poem, but my first poem that wasn't a child poem. And this was written, I believe, in 2014. Trying to define the chaos in my mind. Don't think I have enough time, but I'm trying to find the right words to express the roots of this social stress and oppressed self-image. Wondering, what is this image? Is it just a visage that I hallucinate? Is it my fate to wander in this desert, aimless wonder? Or is it my fate to create who I wanna be? I wanna be free, but I feel chained to these negative thoughts in my brain. I know I'm a bit insane, hey, a lot insane. But I know we're all the same. Dazed and confused, I wanna lose a competition, non-existent to begin with. We have to look within to see our divinity. I am you and you are me. Except there is no me, there is only creation and one big nation of existence, defined by existential crisis. Please believe me when I say it doesn't have to be a crisis. Too many people crying. Too many people crying, ignorant to the fact that we are ignorant of the blank canvas that we have from the day we leave the uterus. Unable to trust our purity, we are blinded by obscurity that provides us with a false security in a decaying society founded on greed. We need to see the roots beneath the tree, become more grounded on the divinity in which our infinity is founded. This divine light burns so bright it hurts my eyes, so I compromise enlightenment with tinted sunglasses that protect me from the things I don't want to see. I'm losing God by fault of my facade. I don't want to die, but every time I look up at the sky, I think, fuck it, I'll get high. Death is inevitable. Might as well live a life that's bearable. Cause like life's gonna be fine, right? If I just numb this feeling of inadequacy in my spine, right? Lean your spine next to mine, we'll be fine. It ain't time to resign just yet. Eyes are set on you. Let's keep giving it up for the band. This is the hottest boy band around. So what could be more important than everyone learning a dialect of conflict resolution? Everyone learning a shared dialogue for conflict resolution. And while I'm up here right now, I have Poet Val's quote that goes, "Poet, what will you do with your megaphone?" And I want to share real quick. It's not a poem, but it is a skill. And it's a recipe for conflict resolution that is proven to work with preschoolers. So I imagine it might work with adults. We'll see. Step 1. This is your brain. This is your brain unhinged. Ah! Hi, amygdala. Ah, go away from me. Okay, well, come here, amygdala. Ah, fine. Shh. Calm down, it's gonna be okay. It's all good. I shall go have a snack, take a break, we'll talk about it later. And then once that frontal cortex comes back online, which might be in about 20 minutes if you're very, very unhinged, then what you're going to do is you can sit down, take a few deep breaths, and remind yourself that this person looking across from you is not the enemy. Oh gosh, they are most likely not the enemy. And what we're going to do is you're going to both share what happened to you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to repeat back what you understood happened. And after you repeat back to the other person, this is what I think happened, and they tell you, that is what happened. That's kind of, yeah, that is what I meant. Okay, you got it. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Then you guys go into problem solving. But most people skip that step, and it makes some big problems. So, all right, that's my 2 cents. Let's get into some poetry here. This is from Communication Chaos, a poetic play on the absurd evolution of expression, which is very much about how language emerged and then the inevitable miscommunication and conflict that happens. And so this is from our eternal epilogue. And in the second part of the eternal epilogue, Hugh and Echo, the two characters, they share a myth of conflict resolution. No orb weavers were harmed in the making of this poem. Dear timeless self, today is a day, and this is what I know. The itsy bitsy spider was a cosmic orb web weaver. Up the water spout she spun her art, unseen but there, pushed out by the rain. She rises back up again, reweaving the web when its fragile fibers are broken. Here's the story of how I met her. Zinnia's parched. Need water now. Dehydrated. Dying. 7:30 a.m. Sun spotlights orb weaver web suspended above patio. Equator constructed between two worlds. Only way to the zinnias is to push through. Sticky web maimed, knocked off course, dangles downward, opens like a curtain. Water drips out the bottom of the zinnia planter. Water carrier walks off stage. 7:30 p.m. Orb weaver observed walking the tightrope of a new line. How do I occupy the space with such a creature? Thinks water carrier. They keep coming back. How do I occupy the space with such a creature? Thinks orb weaver. They keep coming back. Orb weaver used to be the itsy bitsy spider. She knows the wrath of water. Climbs back up every time she's knocked down from the space she tries to claim. The itsy bitsy ballerina appears, suspended acrobatic body on the tightrope she's spun, slack and pull. Taunts elegant resilience in pirouettes. Off stage. Steadily becomes undetectable to the eye. Only noticed by surprise, not one for a grand entrance, known for being so quiet, so quiet. That once noticed, I savor the thrill of discovery as she unfolds. Water mirror watches carefully, hopeful orb weaver re-emerges for Act 3. I share my blanket with an itsy-bitsy spider who wants nothing to do with me. She sees me seeing her, stops, waits, then escapes. I share my hue with an echo. I share my hue with an echo. The first fight where we both think the other is wrong. The first bite of detectable contempt tasted, then spit out. Why would they use those words in that order? Why? Why would they use those words in that order? The first bite where we both think the other is wrong. This song, sweat, tears, words, paint drip down our giant canvas. How can I stretch this mind to understand their choices? Hues and echoes blend into a human resonance. What could be more important than us all learning a shared dialect for conflict resolution? This has been a hard year of grief in our poetry community. We've lost many people. Thank you, Aramis, for sharing your beautiful poem about Cabo. It's lovely. And with other people we lost Rolanda. Rolanda loves rock. Said it was a beautiful poet. Has done punketry, jazzatry is seen around. And also our friend Turing as well. And it's tricky. It's tricky when there's a community full of people who are so loving and accepting towards one another, yet othering still happens. And so, anyway, this is from Screaming at America, an anthology of disobedience. And Turing, once upon a time, I was talking to Turing about this poem, and in it goes, we need to start giving a fuck. And I was like, I wonder, I kind of got tired of saying that, and so I asked Turing, can you think of a word that rhymes or flows with apathy? That would be like the opposite to it. And Turing right away goes, oh, empathy. Empathy. I remember standing outside with Turing as they were talking about space and triangulation, and they were a sweet and misunderstood person. And so I encourage everyone, if you ever think somebody is just bad, question every corner about that. Question every corner of your mind, because there's a good chance that there is the opportunity to connect, even when there's these harsh misunderstandings, because otherwise we end up losing people. And so, anyway, let's read the poem. This is how art saves the world. Welcome to our great deluge of spirit on this evolutionary stage. Hear, hear. Hear, hear. Fear threatens the potential of a planet ruled by tyranny. People forgetting their own agency. The baby cries and the mother rolls her eyes. Teacher stops learning, adult never dreams, child never plays. Computer loads and loads. Computer freezes, earth overheats, computer still loading. Spark that made the flame long forgotten. How to make the spark that made the flame long forgotten. Spark fades, then disappears. This is how art saves the world. The antidote to a global epidemic of apathy. People remembering why they give a fuck. People remembering their empathy. The antidote to a global epidemic of apathy. People remembering their empathy. What could be more urgent than stoking that spark inside? This is the order of reconciliation. First, remember the reason why you want to live. Second, remember and remind someone else of the reason why they want to live. Third, we act to proliferate living. the artist. Give a fuck. Again and again and again. The antidote to a global epidemic of apathy. People remembering their empathy. This one's for Turing. I'm sorry the world didn't have enough empathy for you. Also, fun fact, October is Conflict Resolution Month. Pretty exciting, I think. You know, conflict can actually be really fun and exciting an exciting way to connect. I kind of imagine that like a conflict day and you're like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do that really scary thing where we go on a date. And what we do, and that's not the scary part, no, the scary part is that we're gonna have conflict. And guess what? We're gonna connect through it. So hot. So, also in regards to grief, so I'm gonna read a poem from my mom who passed away in August. Yeah, Mary Mangini Saunders, this one is for you. And it is an emulation of the April Fool's birthday poem for Grandma by Diana de Prima. Diana de Prima. Is it Diana de Prima or Diana de Prima, Sarah? April birthday poem for Mom. Today is your birthday and I have tried writing these things before. About forsythias and time passing, but now, in the gathering madness, I want to thank you for telling me to always be kind. For rules that only related to kindness. No punches, no punishment, only understanding. Thank you for honestly weeping in time to innumerable heartbreaking and heart-filling moments, for always falling asleep during movies, for brushing my hair and daring to wake me up each morning. Thank you for daring to wake me up each morning and for teaching me the term Mental Health Day. As you called the school to excuse my absence, for teaching me how it feels to bend pencils into peace of mind, something that seems fixed into something flexible. Thank you, Mom, for teaching me how it feels to bend pencils into peace of mind, as you called something that seems to be fixed into something flexible. Thank you for teaching me how to value learning in or outside school walls. Om Namo Gurudev Namo, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. You are qualified. Today, half the world is at war. And in our corner of the world, we are transmuting tyranny into poetry. Mother, I am the other end of the quantum thread of you, and we are involved in it now. Revolution, up to our knees, and the tide is rising. I embrace friends into family, into teacher, filled with their love and mine and ours. With love you told us had to come along for the ride, otherwise what's the point? On the ferry boat, listening to my complaints, you never shamed my impatience. And if you did, I don't remember it. In a shack on Long Island in close quarters, twin cots and a pull-out couch. The pillow mattress to throw on the floor when cousins or friends came along, outdoor showers, people naked and running around, Pebble Beach, Baxter's Beach, and breathing each other's same air so close together that our bubbles became large enough to hold us all and more. So gloriously close and together. For every time I interrupted you just to say, I love you. Mom? Hi. What, Maggie? I love you. Thank you for giving me your hazel green eyes, your abundant joy, bravery, and open-hearted spirit. Thank you for the compass of being, how it's guided me here. Today, I sit at a table with artists talking love, talking revolution, which is love spelled backwards. Revolution is love spelled backwards. Oh, how you would love us all. How they would all love you. We do it for the healing, for the full moon that rises over each part of the world, for the humans that rise every morning with hopes and dreams to share. We do it so we can look on earth and not be afraid, not be afraid. Hey, Mom, are we still looking up at the same sky? Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, blessed is the fruit of thy womb. Thank you. Thank you. I love you all. I love you, Black Market Translation. I love you, Squidius Madden. All right.
We love you, Maggie.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Give it up for Maggie. It has been such a year. We have had so many losses. Rolanda was originally scheduled for October Punketry. I think it's just this time of year also, we all kind of feel the thinning of the veil. We're thinking about transitions. Thank you for sharing all of that with us, Maggie. It was beautiful. And then I'm gonna say the jar is kind of not full. There's a segue. I don't know what it is. But if you wanted to, you could put a little bit more money in the jar. I'm just throwing it out there. You do you. And thank you everybody for holding this space for us. Whether this is your grief or not, we really appreciate just holding it down with us. We have a final poet tonight. Performing is Dream. Give it up for Dreamy Boy.
Yo, Dream! Hi, Dream. I'm sorry, I had a sandwich for you. I wanted to make sure you got it. Thank you. Where to go? I might have to run. We're on at Lost Lake at 10, but I'm gonna be here as long as I can.
Hey y'all. My name's Dream. Wow, what a great night of poetry so far. Yeah, this is probably my last pucketry for a while. Yeah, I'll be leaving in a few weeks to go home to be with my mom. So, yeah, if you didn't know that, now you do. This is your last time to see me drum is at Prismagic on November 5th. And then I'll be on hiatus until further notice. Yeah, so I recently lost a lot of my poetry because I had a phone break, so I'm just gonna vibe it out and do my thing. So, hope you enjoy. I'm literally just waiting for y'all to come out. Yo. I'm looking, I'm searching for something specific. I was walking down, I was looking up. I thought I had given all my love. I was walking down, I was looking up. I thought I had gave enough. I've been on the run too long, I've had my fun. I've been on the run too long, I've had my fun. I'll tell you what I didn't know. I'm growing impatient in my soul. I'm growing old, I'm growing old, I'm so overgrown. I've been walking down, I've been looking around. I'm feeling safe right now. I'm feeling light. I'm feeling safe right now. All right, this is a poem I wrote in 2023. This is literally like November 13th, 2023. There's this poet named Christopher. He recently had a book come out. He also goes by Tall City. He had a book come out called something for Fiance, so I'm forgetting it. But it's an amazing book. It's great. But the first time I saw him read was at this like Snap Crackle Poetry, and I was like, dude, you gotta send me that poem. And he emailed it to me, and then I forwarded it with this poem to my friend. Embarrassingly, did not know that they could see my forward, but anyways, here we go. So, from a poet, gifted me their poem, now I read it, like it's the big book or the Bible. Hi, my name is Dream, and I'm an artist. No, I'm a writer, not that kind of writer, a songwriter. And I started writing poems with my mom when I was 5, writer. I forget too easily where I've come from, writer. I let your perception of jewels and silver spoons I was not offered, but I don't care. If it keeps me safe, kind of writer. Survivor, kind of writer. Get your canteens and start a fire, kind of writer. Camping in nature, writer. Disconnected, disassociated, writer. These are not my hands, writer. I'm a poet. And every life I've lived was cemented in this. Words. I found a gift under my pillow, a crisp apple in place of my tooth. A tool to pull out more of the loose ends that I can tie, so then I write. There's something rhythmic about words, just words, filling the spaces with breaths of silence, of attentive attention, of love, filling my breaths with love, filling the air with love, filling the spaces with words. Filling the spaces with words. I am a poet. It's too easy to forget where I've been and where I'm going. As I hit the top platform of my stairs, why am I even up here? Walk back down and back up, pacing my mind for why I would walk up these stairs. Was a pen, my phone, a memory? What has called me to this position of disposition? I sit in a chair and fall into a page, a canvas, a key, a string, a word. I become what I create, and all I am is creation. All that I create is revelation with the gods, cemented ironically at the crossroads of where I was born, in some hospital hallway, looking both ways because it's too easy to get lost in there. The lights feel like they're flickering. Feels haunted how they keep it lit up in here. Death, birth, wasted hours, this place holds hell. So I grab a notebook, standing up, I rip a page and write on it, take me now. Before I hold it, I'm ripped from reality into a womb, wet pavements under me, on display in a major city of your choosing, reflecting, where I write about being born, where I write about love, where I wrote about connection, and where I write about dying. I was born a poet. Thank you. So I'm gonna read this poem by Tall City, and I think that's all I'm gonna do. I wanted to thank Aramis for mentioning Cabo and bringing love to that, and I love you, and rest in peace, Cabo Cuts, rest in peace, Rolanda, and Maggie, Miss Saunders. Yeah, going through a similar thing, and you know, Maggie has just been a light, you know, how to go through so much grief and still shine on people, so. Yeah, this is Christopher Bullock. There we go. Tall City, a local poet. So, love you, Clint.
I wish I could stay.
Love you, Elijah. Have a good show, guys. You're gonna kill it.
November 5th. That's right.
Yes, you can. November 5th at Press Magic. Bye, guys. Love you guys.
Bye, guys. Lost like at 10:05.
Okay, Lost Lake at 10:05, y'all. If you wanna get on down there.
See ya.
That's in an hour. All right, here we go, y'all. Yeah, what else? Yeah. Me? You want me to yell 1, 2, 3, 4? Never been on this side of the 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I get it now. Still a town where poetry writes itself across the surface of your mind, and your only responsibility is to put it on paper. Still a town of wandering oddities, denying death by intravenous energy, drink just lost in the big bright empty. Still a town where you might meet your soulmate. Still a town where you might meet your soulmate standing in the line at the Dollar Tree. They get stuck up to your waist in asphalt on the parking lot while the parking lot boils and bubbles, the sun rolling across the land from suburb to shining suburb. Still a town where single mothers are accomplished artist oracles while dad drags his suitcase with a flat tire downhill looking for an open grate to sleep in for the afternoon. Nobody sleeps at night because night is when robbery and executions happen. Better to sleep during the day in the reference section of the library with every minute on camera and the safety of surveillance. Still a town where the poetry is already written in your mind but buried and you have to dig it out like a grave robber paid by the body part. But is it a trade? You speak beautiful lines, but nobody is listening. Your guitar pours notes into a lovely, invisible geometry, but our headphones are louder than your music. You have interesting things to say, but nobody is interested. At worst, you are lying to the innocent citizens. At best, you are considered mentally handicapped and eccentric. Still a town where I see coworkers strung out at the decapitated monument at the main intersection, arguing with the air, begging for the rain to stop for a moment so you can find your pile of identification. Still a town where I see old coworkers stuck on repeat. How do you properly greet a former associate when he has become a cloud of accumulated urine, uncomfortable underwear, convenience store cologne, burnt popcorn and black tinfoil, ancient body odors of choking on the ashes of ancestors, throbbing cavities, picking up stray international radio waves? I took an ancient literature class in China. And one topic they discussed in antiquity was, if your superior returns from the dead as a zombie, how do you greet them? On one hand, he wants to eat you. On the other hand, he is still your superior in rank and commands respect. Like when I saw my supervisor circling the decapitated monument at Colfax and Broadway, arguing with the air, begging the wind to stop spinning for just a second so she could reassemble her pile of identification. I was on the bus going by, assuming there would be another bus to take me home. Just an assumption, though. Not like when I didn't know they canceled the last bus of the night. I was stuck outside in the concrete cave, so I sunk into the sidewalk and pulled the cold breeze over me as a blanket blowing away bad memories. I asked for help from the deities, but they gave me that rich kid stare. Still a town where strangers stay strangers. Still a town where strangers stay strangers and they let you finish your sentence. They let you finish your question. They let you finish your story. Let you finish your confession. They let you finish your breath, your life, your burial, your funeral, your eulogy, your epitaph, and even your next life. And they let you say your last word. And then they finally say, sorry, I wasn't listening. Is everything okay? Still a town where the poetry writes itself. And my only responsibility is to copy it down before it evaporates into the shoplifting air. That's Christopher Bullock. I'm Dreamy Boy. This is Black Market. You can see me this Saturday in Fort Collins at Wolverine Farms behind the drum kit, at Priz Magic on November 5th. Find me on Instagram. My phone number's on there, and so you can text me. Okay, bye.
Give it up for Dream. Give it up for Maggie and Aramis and Forrest and Kevin. Give it up for Johanan and Painter and Chris and Cliff and Dream again and Squids. Give it up for you and the Mutiny Information Cafe and October. Thank you so much for spending this evening with us. You can see us a lot more in the next couple weeks. We're going to be Wolverine Farms on Saturday. And then we're going to be in Boulder at Trident on next Friday for Halloween. And then in Lakewood at Priz Magic on November 5th. Lots of opportunities to come and punketry and whatnot. And I imagine really if you wanted to read at one of those, you could probably ask us, maybe. Maybe I think Priz Magic might have some open time. Who knows? It is an open mic. Yes. The Priz Magic there is featured readings and an open mic. So, and then for the rest of the year, Saturday, the third Saturday of November, and the third Saturday of December. And December is our annual open mic. So, lots more punketry coming up in the final part of 2025. Thank you for coming tonight. And we will see you around. Have a good night. Also, y'all, it's late. The mutiny's closed. Let's wrap it up. If you want to smoke and hang out, we'll be behind the mutiny.